Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play China. And I'd say we're playing China fairly well. We're invading Tibet. Former Chinese territory by, well actually they owned it during the Qing dynasty, so not too long ago. At this point only, let's see, the dynasty fell in 1912. 27 years? Only 27 years ago was when the thing happened. What's the difference between Artillery 1 and Artillery 2? 33% more soft attack, which is actually quite nice. It looks like each iteration gives more soft attack. Rocket artillery is just objectively better. We might hold on. Yeah, we just might hold on until we get rocket artillery before we upgrade from towed artillery 1. We do want 2 production lines of this, for now at least, to provide us with enough. We will not begin the first production line of artillery until we have about 2,000 in storage. Then we will begin adding some. Though for now I believe we'll just add a ground support expert. And can't afford anything now, which is sad. Japanese diplomats in Berlin. The Japanese are on the verge of joining the Axis. Spoke too soon. Or spoke just soon enough, maybe. You know, I really should be concerned about supply. No, it's just there are terrible hills here and... oh boy, mountains. Let's do that. We can't do anything about this for a minute here because of the, due to the poor supply preventing us from attacking. That is big. That means the Soviets are now at war with the Allies. That is bad. That's very bad. That means we're going to descend into some three-way clusterfuck between the Axis, Allies, and Soviets. But that's not our problem. It's China. We are the Chinese. We will make East Asia our own happy little place. Hopefully the game won't see fit to add us to the clusterfuck. What would be nice is taking Tibet in like an hour. Hopefully I don't have another city. Hopefully it won't take 40 days for Tibet to give us Lhasa. Something along those lines. Let's go through that, and we're more than halfway through the tech tree, not tech tree, oh, sweet joy. Oh, Italy. Now Italian troops are gonna die in the cold, river region over here. Sure, France and Britain want to move. Okay. I can tolerate that. However, I will be very wary about the French because I expect Indochina to fall with some quickness, in all honesty. I don't have much faith in our French friends. For what I feel are obvious reasons. Well, not actually obvious currently, and also, to be honest, the British garrison I will throw some men on as well, because I do expect Hong Kong to fall. Germany has just blown their way... No. You're trying to invite a fascist to your faction. I think someone's a little desperate there. Germany's only lost 138,000 men, which is actually a surprisingly little amount for what they've done over here. I'm quite surprised and quite scared to see that. But that is currently none of our concern. What is our concern is getting enough artillery to begin upgrading. Oh boy, the Japanese are beginning to fall apart. They haven't moved from extensive to extensive, above extensive conscription, I should say, which is perfectly fine with me. Next, actually, I might say that I want to take down the commies. They are a thorn in our okay, they are a thorn in our side, but they are a thorn in our side that we cannot handle currently. Or we could handle, but would be too much of a hassle to deal with right now. Shanxi needs to fall as well, but these two will be a little while in the making. If I'm going to be entirely honest, I am going to put this army on the communists and wait for some time that I feel comfortable enough to attack Yan'an. Because Communist China is no joke. So we're in a happy little situation down here. China's beginning to look like China in terms of shape, at least contemporary China. I have a level 2 fort here and a level 2 fort along, oh boy, quite a bit of territory. We steadily move our... Why are you going over there? Go over here. Steadily move our men to the French border, which, France is no cause for concern for you. Everything's fine. Though, I will say, next we will begin building, fighters. Because fighters are just so good when it comes to, maintaining an offensive, because they do stuff that I can't comprehend currently, because it's beginning to get to that night again, time of night again, not that night again, that cold dark night when things happened. Well, speaking of things happening, we're beginning to get a fair surplus of artillery. It's only a fourth of what we need, but you know, it's tolerable. The Japanese continue to batter their forces on this line, which is making me ecstatic. What happened if I did that? Oh, it would be a Roman triumph. I'll do this briefly. I'm actually a bit concerned here about how weak the Japanese forces have gotten. But yeah, we don't have enough, even as a veteran as we are now, we do not have the capability to break across the line with ease. It will require a substantial push, which I don't doubt that we can muster, but we might find it wiser to slow down a little bit. And you know, I don't want the British Raj to think it wise to keep all their men on our border. They still think it wise to keep all their men on border. That is very unfortunate. Oh yes, now that I remember. The Soviet Union is at war with the British Raj. This is actually an increasingly awkward situation. When the Axis goes to war with the Soviets, it will only get worse still. How many planes does Germany have? A significant number, however, not significant enough to battle the British properly. But that will change quickly as time continues. Our main shortage is in oil still, and if we do find ourselves at war with the Allies, we will be striking into Indochina and Indonesia down here, because it is a valuable source of much needed war materials. And actually, to be honest, we might be interested in building synthetic refineries when we have a sufficient civilian industrial base. But that will not be for a little while. Though we will continue to build up our efforts in staff choices, I suppose. We're beginning to come to the point where I really would like to switch. Switch from producing just purely infantry equipment. Actually, what is our surplus? Only, oh, it's 60,000. Yeah, I'm fully comfortable from switching for forward. What is the stip? I'm wondering why the difference here is so great. Oh, it's because of the difference in factories. Yeah, we should be fine as long as we don't mount a major offensive. So we'll switch to support equipment now, here. And that'll allow us to have some fun choices soon. However, we have a dire aluminum shortage, which is surprising to me. We'll buy it from the Soviet Union for now. There's no aluminum in China. No, there's not. The nearest source of aluminum is in Alma Ata in the Soviet Union. Probably some in the Raj. There is, but a pathetic amount. Japanese? Yes, but they have a almost as pathetic amount. That's fine. It is tolerable at the current time to purchase it from the commies, since I don't see us going to war with them anytime soon. However, we are switching to rocket artillery much sooner than I expected, or we're going to be able to. I think I'm going to pull the trigger here a little bit early in our infantry division. Okay, that is why our infantry divisions were much smaller than I expected. Alrighty, I'll have to do some splicing. We're back, I suppose. I just had the tab in and out, and everything was fine. Speaking of fine, we're going to beef up our infantry divisions quite significantly. If we reset this, their assault attack is only 45 now, and now it is significantly up by 22.5, which is a 50% increase. Defense is also up very, very nicely. Suppression doesn't matter. HP, honestly, I don't know what HP does. That's important, but is irrelevant most of the time. This will cost us a disgusting number of guns, but it'll be worth it, well worth it in the long run. I wish I actually looked at this earlier, actually paid attention to it, because the standard square division, a lot of powerful countries have, so to speak, is... Yeah, see, we had a surplus of like 60,000, now it's all the way down to 2. That is, a big difference. And now our divisions are roughly on par with the Japanese. I don't expect the communists to be... Yeah, they should still have those old square type. I call them square, but 2x2, 3x3. That's square. I've done some math. So, the Japanese are going to have an even more difficult time down here now that we are upgrading our men. I almost feel bad for them, but, you know, they're kind of bad. Our surplus of gruns. Our surplus of gruns? What a grun is, I do not want to know. You know, I was planning to do the optimal combat width of 20. But I might just go big and... No, I'll do the correct way, I suppose. And I'll have 1 artillery piece added. Okay. That is significant. We need much more artillery than I have anticipated. Which is very saddening. We are not producing as many factories as we need to do so either. Well, let's pause and take a quick look at Europe. Even though Germany managed to bloody the French nose, the French are actually holding quite well. Which is very surprising to me. Very surprising indeed. Okay, the Germans have lost 500,000 men. That is, very unacceptable. When you look at, what Germany still has to fight. Soviet Union and, Britain and the United States when they finally arrive. This is the reason why I buffed Germany. AI Germany has had some issues, or has a tendency to have issues that are very strange when they're not supported by a human player. So, we'll boof them up a little bit. Just a little bit. We do, however, want to begin researching fighters so we can take back our air. Which, honestly, we kind of have, even though the Japanese have destroyed most of our planes. Oh boy. Actually, we can see how many have destroyed. Actually, in all honesty, a lot of these losses from the air might be a result of accidents. Accidents are a very big concern for air wings. It's very strange. Oh no, it makes sense, but we're not producing any planes. It is vastly multiplied in terms of what you lose. However, we will be losing fancier and fancier planes soon, considering we're going to be with the Camco P40. Which I'm going to assume is some fancy thing. They're getting a lend-lease. Oh, no, they sent no, the British Raj? Wait, the British Raj is in the war? Oh, no, they sent volunteers to the British Raj. Why the British Raj? That makes no sense. And Germany is losing. Ladies and gentlemen, we might see the Soviet Union getting steamrolled by the Allies. Probably not, all things considered, but the Reich is in a bad spot. Really? I mean, okay. Well, while we're steadily building up here, we're going to continue researching artillery. Honestly, for the sake of laziness, we're probably not going to upgrade until we get to rocket artillery 2, which won't be until 43 or so, I believe. So we'll have plenty of time to prepare. Should we build forts over here? I think not, all things considered. What we should do is continue increasing the number of military factories we have, because we are in dire need of more boots on the ground. Well, not boots on the ground so much as guns on the ground. Really, really big guns. And we're going to shift the priority straight to reinforcement rather than reinforcement and regular construction. And we'll put upgrades to low priority. Denmark has capitulated. That is irrelevant when this is kind of infuriating. Well, the fall of the Reich is going to have to be featured later. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Remember to like, subscribe if you enjoyed. Dislike if you did not. But various parties know what to do, and regardless of what you did or did not enjoy, I hope you have a lovely night, and see you next time.